Some of your team members yesterday who were literally satisfied with how the election was going, but up until this morning there seemed to be what looks like a mild drama emanating from this place. Tell me, what are your thoughts as an international observer or agency towards what's going on?
Well, I came from Europe to participate in the observation of the election itself, and from visiting the polling stations yesterday, I was very, very encouraged the amount of people that showed out. And then at the count process last night, when I left, I was informed that we resume in the morning at 11 o'clock. And then this morning to find out that something had derailed that scheduled process at 9 o'clock was devastating, to say the least. The count was very transparent. It was going very, very well. And I think that the last 10 local governments should be completed to finish off and get the true result of the election itself for the people, if nothing else.
Okay. Tell us what you make of the impact this will have on Nigeria's democracy, particularly given the fact that the presidential election will also have a lot of criticisms, even from the international observers and all of that. Tell us what impact this will have on Nigeria's democracy.
I think, in fairness, it'll cast a light. It'll shine a light, I think, internationally across how politics are ran in Nigeria in local terms. It doesn't matter if it's ground roots. Here we are today having this discussion when we shouldn't be. It's a very transparent, I think, process that you have going. It should be finished and concluded, and people that aren't, I suppose, participating or aligning with it maybe ask themselves the question, should they stay in politics?
Okay. So what would be your recommendation? I mean, given that you've monitored a lot of elections across the world, what in this kind of situation, what would you recommend?
I think for this state, which is doing a lot, and a lot of things are going on, I think the generation of young people that are here deserve that this election itself should be finished. The count should be finished, and let the announcement come itself as per the declaration.
All right, thank you. What's your name?
Mark.
Mark what?
Mark Cusack.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Fellow citizens of Adamawa State, this morning we all woke up to an illegal announcement by merchants of anarchy headed by the resident electoral commissioner, Malam Nuhu Yunusa Ari, who since the beginning of this election is bent on pushing our collective patience to its limit. It is on record that we went to the polls for the first round of the election on the 18th of February 2023. Even when it was apparent that I was coasting home to victory, this same gang added the confusion and rendered the election inconclusive. As civilized citizens who were committed to a democratic accord, we accepted the situation in good faith and prepared for the rerun. Yesterday, Saturday, the 15th of April, the rerun was held peacefully across the state. The appropriate officers are now commenced the process of collation. The first round of collation went on well, with 11 local governments collated, before the process was adjourned to continue today, 16th of April at 11 a.m. Just when we are waiting for the resumption of the collation, the REC this morning took up a tax he is not constitutionally empowered to do by making an illegal announcement of the outcome of the election without result. This action is no doubt prerogative, but in this situation, I appeal for calm, as always. I assure you that as your leader, I will ensure nobody taunts your democratic rights. The Independent National Electoral Commission has demonstrated its umpire status by first distancing itself from the act of the REC and assure that the right thing will be done. The right thing in this context is the conclusion of the collation at the designated location and declaration of a winner by the returning officer in person of Professor Mele Kerry. I must thank you for your resilience and resolve not only exercise your democratic rights, but to also protect it. We are on this justice until it is done. Fellow citizens, once again, I call on everyone to remain peaceful and law-abiding, trusting that the world is watching the enemies of democracy at the height of their shameless brigandage. Nobody should take the law into their hands. Let's peacefully await the next directive from INEC, believing that they do know the integrity of the commission is on test. Thank you and God bless you.
My name is Observers INEC, and I'm here representing Channels 10. INEC, you have commended INEC for weighing in already in the matter. But are you satisfied with the decision to suspend the collation process which began yesterday?
Yes, at this moment, the right thing is what INEC has done. They are in Abuja. They don't know what has transpired. They don't know what has happened for the REC to take the illegal decision and the illegal announcement without result, without the returning documents. So I think the chairman and the entire INEC as a body has done the right thing by suspending the collation, and probably after their evaluation of the situation, they will fix a date for the continuation of the remaining 9 local governments to be completed and the election result announced.
Okay, Your Excellency, my name is Chukwu Ebuka Obodo. I work with AIT. I would like you to tell us, your opponent, the APC governorship candidate, has read out her acceptance speech and she's parading herself as the governor of Adamawa State. How would you react to this?
INEC has already declared null and void all the actions taken as regards this election.
Your Excellency, before now, your party, the PDP, has insisted that this REC recuse himself from continuing the process. Is this a vindication of what your party had ab initio known that the man, his actions had been built to execute what we have seen as a macabre dance?
I think from the beginning, the man has not only demonstrated an act of unseriousness and which touches on his integrity. But I still believe the man is not normal. Even the way he read out the result today, you can't just come in and abuse and criticize INEC and the INEC chairman and say you have the power, and you just stand without any result and just announce that this person is now the governor-elect in Adamawa State. I think whatever powers that surrounds him, he has no power to exercise what he has done. So it amounts to madness.
We should ask this. And
Your Excellency, just a quick one from me. The atmosphere is quite tense right now. What would be your call on the citizens?
But I've just read my text.
A follow-up to that, you said democracy is on test. What's your call to the president? What's benefited from perhaps a credible process?
I think the president will not shy away from this. Of course, we call on him to make statement. We call on him to take decision because he emerged through a due process of electoral values in this country, which make him to defeat an incumbent. So I believe he will not be party to this.
Oh, finally, sir. Do you have fears that the results for the 9 remaining local government areas might be compromised?
It will not be compromised because of the technology of INEC. All the 69 units are on RF. Since yesterday, the results have been uploaded and they are on RF. So it's there for everybody to see. The world have seen it. So I'm not afraid of anything, whether the result will be tempered or whatever will happen to the result. Whenever they call for the collation, we will still believe in the sanctity and the integrity of the result that will be collected.
You are not the returning officer, so there's no way.
Why are you announcing the result?
With all due respect. With all due respect. The returning officer.
No, you are not the returning officer.
Since the returning officer is not here, I don't expect that you should do this.
No, you are not the returning officer. Why are you doing that? No.
Our boss is right here.
You are not the returning officer.
Please.
No. No, you are not the returning
No,
officer.
please.
Where is the returning officer? You cannot.
Let's hear Almighty God. Let's hear Almighty
It will not
God.
happen.
Let's hear Almighty God, please. I respect you as a father.
You cannot.
I respect you as a father. Please don't do this.
You cannot do this.
Please, as a father.
You are not the returning officer.
You are not the returning officer.
Wait for the returning officer. By law.
Oh no! Oh!
You are not the returning officer.
I plead with you with all due respect. Don't do this. Please don't do this. Fear God.
You are not the returning officer.
You are fasting. You are fasting, and Almighty Allah is watching you.
You are not the returning officer. You cannot be the result.
Almighty Allah is watching you.
You cannot be.
Fear Allah.
You cannot.
Fear Allah.
You cannot.
It's unfair.
There's nothing at home. There's nothing you cannot do.
Fear Allah.
They cannot return.
What are you saying? I just don't want Allah.
You cannot. No. No.
No. Let's get God. Let's get God. There is a God.
No. There's nothing like
It's not fair. It's not fair.
No. You are not.
No. It can't happen. This is not fair. You cannot call it result.
No.
Fear Allah.
You cannot.
You see, based on
No. You cannot.
based on the scope
No, because it's about like.
the APC support the highest vote.
No.
And by that, I support the
How?
governor of Adamawa.
How?
Thank you very much.
How?